Most people have heard about the rapture. Some think it's a theory. Some think it's just symbolic. But the Bible describes it as a real, explosive, world-changing event where millions of people vanish in a single moment. But what almost no one talks about is what happens next. What will the world actually look like after the rapture? What will life be like for the ones who are left behind? What will governments, nations, and families do in the first hours, the first days, the first weeks after millions disappear without warning? Today, we're going to walk through it. Not like a movie, but as the Bible describes it. Raw, real, terrifying. A world suddenly stripped of believers and thrown into chaos. It begins with a single moment, a moment so fast the human mind can't even process it. A twinkling of an eye, a flash, a sound that the world doesn't understand, and then silence. Millions of people are gone. Every believer, every child, every person who belongs to Christ. The world is instantly, irreversibly changed. Planes fall from the sky with no pilots. Cars crash on highways as drivers disappear. Hospitals lose nurses, surgeons, and entire teams. Parents cry out as their children vanish right from their arms. Massive power plants go offline. Trains derail. Control towers go empty. And in that very first minute, the world steps into a nightmare. Confusion erupts instantly. Phones ring endlessly with no answer. News stations scramble, trying to understand what just happened. Videos flood the internet, showing people disappearing mid-walk, mid-sentence, mid-breath. Within hours, fear becomes global. Governments call emergency meetings. The military goes on high alert. But the world has never seen anything like this. CNN, BBC, and every major network run the same headline. Millions vanish, world in chaos. But here is the part that hits the hardest. The world will try to explain it away. And the explanations will be wrong, dangerously wrong. Some will say it was a mass alien abduction. Others will claim it was a cosmic energy event or a quantum anomaly. Some will even say the bad people were removed so the world can now evolve into peace. But the truth is simple. The restraining force, the presence of God through his people, is gone. And when the light is removed, darkness moves in fast. Crime explodes. Looting becomes uncontrollable. People break into stores, gas stations, and homes, desperate for answers and resources. Police departments are overwhelmed. Hospitals fill with the injured. Social media becomes a war zone of panic, fear, and wild theories. But as the hours turn into days, the world begins to feel something new. A spiritual darkness, a heaviness, a sense that something restraining, something protective, is gone. And that's because it is. The Bible says the restrainer will be taken out of the way, giving the antichrist the freedom to rise. After the rapture, with millions of believers gone, nothing will stand in his way. Governments will collapse into confusion. Economies will crash. Stock markets will fall at record speeds. Airports will shut down. Borders will close. Nations will scramble just to regain control. And into that chaos, a single leader will rise. Charismatic, calm, and confident. He will promise peace, unity, and global stability. The world, desperate for answers, will follow him. He will become the Antichrist, and he will offer solutions that seem miraculous. A new economic system, a new global identification, a new peace treaty, a new world order, a new spiritual unity. But behind every promise is a trap, because the world after the rapture won't just suffer physical chaos. It will suffer supernatural chaos too. Demonic activity will increase dramatically. Spiritual deception will become stronger than ever. People who rejected God's truth will fall for the biggest lie in human history. And the ones who come to Christ after the rapture will face intense persecution. The world system will hunt them. The beast will oppose them. And the mark of the beast will become the dividing line between life and death. The world will move toward a dark, deceptive peace, but it won't last. Judgments will fall. The seals, the trumpets, the bowls, earthquakes, famine, war. Supernatural events the world cannot explain. And through it all, the world will long for the one they rejected. But here is the powerful truth for every believer watching this right now. If you belong to Christ, you will not be here for this. You will be taken, saved, rescued from the hour of wrath. But for the world left behind, life will never be the same again. The rapture is not just a moment. It is the event that changes everything spiritually, politically, globally, and eternally. Because when believers are taken, the world is handed over to darkness. And what comes next is unlike anything humanity has ever seen. This is what the world will look like after the rapture. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more.